In this video, I'm going to look at why motivation and willpower is a terrible strategy to use in your studies and what we can do instead. Let's assume that it's the new school year now, or the new school term, and you have set big goals. I'm going to be the top student of my school this semester, right? How would you be feeling? Most likely you're feeling very, very motivated. You are all charged up and you want to go and study and get all the A's and make sure all your friends look at you in envy. Unfortunately, due to the nature of motivation, right, as time passes, what's going to happen is that the motivation will decrease. And urgent things will start to require your attention, like, the cute guy or the cute girl from next class. This is when you will then depend and rely on the very famous willpower to help you complete your homework and your revision. Willpower is the sheer force of determination. You pump your fist up and you think to yourself, yeah man, I can do it. I can do my homework, I can finish it, and I can do it tonight. When your motivation goes down, when motivation starts to decrease, you need to then depend on your willpower to get things done. Unfortunately, that gets used up. So your willpower is like this fuel gauge. After a while, it is starting to point towards empty. So when are the times that you actually use up your willpower? I'm going to share with you 3 different situations that you use it. The first one is when you are doing something you don't like. So if you prefer to play computer games and instead you force yourself to go and study, that is using your willpower. The second situation is when you are resisting temptation. So for example, if your friends ask you to join a multiplayer game and you say, okay, no, I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to do my homework. Or instead of going out for McDonald's with your friends, you say, no, I'm not going to go out for McDonald's with you, I'm going to do my homework. Every time you resist a temptation, you are using up your resource of willpower. The last situation when you use up willpower is when you are making decisions. Now, you might think that you don't make decisions a lot every day, but what I'm going to share with you is that in fact you make hundreds and hundreds of little decisions every single day. Decisions like, should I play games now or should I do my science homework? Should I eat McDonald's or should I eat KFC? And if you choose to eat McDonald's, should I eat meal number A or meal number B? Should I stop now or should I play one more round? Do I have enough time to play another round of game? And when you reach home, should I bathe first or should I watch TV? Should I watch TV first then do my homework? Should I do my homework first then watch TV? And you can see where I'm going. The permutations are endless, and we unconsciously make so many decisions every day, which causes us to lose our willpower. Well, since now you know that motivation and willpower are limited resource and we use them unconsciously in many ways every day, is there another way? Is there a better way of doing things? And I'm happy to tell you that yes, there is. Now, instead of using willpower and motivation and willpower to study, use those resources instead to build habits so that you don't have to depend on motivation and willpower to get your studies and your revision completed. So why should we build habits in the first place? But the first and biggest reason is that because we can reduce our reliance on willpower and motivation, which I shared just now is a limited resource. And if it's limited, it is also unstable. Alright, so habits is something which is much more stable. The other 2 reasons that I want to share with you is that you lead a more stress-free life because you know exactly what to do at any point in time. So you know what time I'm supposed to do what things. And the last one is you don't need to think and make decisions. So you can use your willpower and motivation to study. instead of thinking when you should study. And that makes a big difference in the quality and the amount of things that you can absorb. First of all, I talked about how willpower and motivation is a limited resource, so we have to be very careful when we are using it. Next, we talk about how it gets depleted, and I shared with you 3 different ways your willpower gets depleted. The first one is when you're doing something you don't feel like doing. The second one is when you're trying to resist temptation. And the last one is when you make decisions. So these are the 3 reasons why your willpower gets depleted. The last thing I talked about is, instead of using willpower and motivation, use them to build habits instead. When you learn to build habits, you no longer depend on something unstable like willpower and motivation. And habits is something which will guide you and reward you with the results of it day after day after day. In my next video, I'm going to share with you what kinds of habits to develop as students which are most useful to you. And secondly, how to develop these habits. I'm going to share with you some techniques to develop these habits. So stay tuned and all the best in your studies. Become a top student.